Welcome into Bobcat Country. Hello again, everybody. Welcome into the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week. In the 75th year of Greenbrier High School football, they welcome in the Page Patriots in a huge 3A football game. Hello again, everybody. Blake Fulton alongside the coach, Pat Sperduto. And Pat, we've seen all kinds of rivalry games. Now we've got a game with all kinds of region title implications.
Well, this is down-home football. We came up here. They've treated us great. Get ready. This is old-school football coming at you.
We've seen a lot of teams play on Friday nights that are used to big games under the lights. Joe Williams, these two teams have a huge one tonight, and not a lot of great tradition with these two programs.
Blake, you're exactly right. There is not a huge amount of fantastic tradition, but they are both growing. Greenbrier had a great season a couple of years ago. Page has been making their way through the playoffs the last 3 or 4 years. This is the perfect night to have a huge game. The weather, hey, it's football weather finally. It's the first night there's going to be a little nip in the air. The atmosphere is outstanding here at Greenbrier. It's going to be a big game, not just for one will enjoy, but these kids will decide tonight probably the regional championship.
Pat Sperduto, when you talk about Alvin Palmer and Page's football program, it all starts with Josh McMurray running the football.
Well, last time he went out, he had 32 carries, 236 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Expect him to get 30 carries again tonight.
On the other side of the ball, it's all about Greenbrier, and that means Roger Herndon. He will get it often, and he'll do a lot of things on this football field.
The Mr. Football candidate will not leave the field. He'll play offense, defense, punt, kick. Expect them to see the ball a whole bunch tonight also.
The national anthem in our background. That means kickoff is right around the corner on the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week.
No, he's not.
And welcome to Greenbrier High School. Blake Fulton, Pat Sperduto here with you. There you see Alvin Palmer, the head football coach for the Page Patriots, a former head coach over at Franklin High. He takes over at Page High School. And there you see the headband for Greenbrier, and a great atmosphere here. And Coach Williams and his staff have done a great job the last couple of years. And there you see Coach Williams of Greenbrier High School. We're underway. Tucker's kick, a short one, will be fielded at the 21-yard line, and fair caught there by Zach Meadows, and that's where Page will take over. Let's take a look at the VHIX.com starting lineup. Harris, Collier, Batty, Seidel, and Carter up front. Hiller, the quarterback, Thompson and Crowley, the wide receivers, but Josh McMurray's the kid we'll talk an awful lot about tonight for the Page Patriots. We'll get you Greenbrier starting defense here in just a couple of moments. And Pat Sperduto, you couldn't have ordered a better October night for high school football.
You will see no flash tonight, just smash. You will see a ton of running. Both these teams very similar. They're going to pound it out.
Hiller, the 6-foot senior quarterback, under center. McMurray is number 12. He will get a host of carries and gets the first one in the game and will go down in the backfield. He's brought down there by Adam Adcock, the linebacker. Let's take a look at the VHIX.com defensive line. Dill, Robertson, Osborne, and Stevens up front. Prine, Crystal, and Russell, the linebackers. Herndon and Aldridge, along with Adam Adcock, stepped up to make the play there. You hear Roger Herndon, number 16, not only is the running back, but also plays safety for the Greenbrier defense.
Nice defensive play by Adcock coming off the edge. Right up. Big tackle for a loss and puts Page into a little long situation here.
Hiller, give right side. Again, absolutely no running room at all for McMurray. It brings up a third long situation. Pat, you talked to Alvin Palmer, and we've seen Alvin Palmer coach teams a long time. Third and long doesn't mean they're going to start throwing it around. If they get behind, they're not going to throw it around either.
He told me they average 2 passes a game. 2.
That would be 2.
That would be 1-2.
Hiller on the season is 6 of 19. And, folks, that's in 7 football games. There you see Coach Kirk Williams. Again, we mentioned it, 75 years of Bobcat football, and not a lot of great winning tradition, but the last couple of years they have been very, very successful, and this is a huge Region 5 3A game. McMurray, the toss left side. Again, absolutely no running room. You give a host of tackles there to a variety of Bobcats as they're there to make the stop, and 3 and out for the Greenbrier defense. Roger Herndon will go back deep, return to punt for a touchdown last week, and he is dangerous. He will stand back right around midfield.
He probably will not come off the field tonight. I mean, that's what you see in him. He's going to return punts. He just made the tackle on a 3rd down play, and now he's going to turn around and get into the backfield after he returns this punt.
Callie stands at his own 5, set to punt for Page. High snap. He'll get it and gets it off. And it is a short punt and will bounce right in front of the Greenbrier bench and go out of bounds at the 47-yard line. That's where Greenbrier and the Bobcats will take over, and our first opportunity to see a young man who may be the best back that we've seen, and that's saying a lot, being that we saw last week the Wilkerson kid. We've seen Preston Brown and LaMarcus Coker. You go down the list. We've seen good quality running backs. The one we see tonight, number 16, Roger Herndon, may be just that good. We'll see what offensive schemes Greenbrier comes out with good field position in their opening drive. Football rests at the 47-yard line. Both teams undefeated in Region 5 play. And for all intents and purposes, this is the region championship. Now, Marshall County may have something to say about that. We'll see. Greenbrier with the football. Aldridge under center. Motion man is Pig. Give Herndon, no. Aldridge keeps it behind Herndon, and he'll pick up a couple to the 45-yard line. Let's take a look at the VHIX.com starting lineup for Greenbrier. Stratton and Dunn, the 2 tackles, will be key in this offensive line. When you look at the specialty guys, Jacob Aldridge is the quarterback. Dill, Pig, Herndon, Stevens, and Herndon. And yes, they are brothers, Roger Herndon and Kyle Herndon.
And you saw them come out in that offensive set, 2 tights, 3 backs, no wide receivers.
And both these coaches, Pat, as you've mentioned, will be patient and will continue to run the football. Troy Dill is the fullback in front of Roger Herndon, 5'11", 185-pound senior. Herndon's first carry of the football game, tries to bounce outside, cuts in, and he will go nowhere. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, and you have to give credit there to Cody Stubblefield on the tackle. Also had some help from Case Latham. Let's take a look at the VHIX.com starting defensive lineup for Page. Leach and Meadows on the ends will have to contain Herndon. Stubblefield on the tackle, along with Bennett and Norman are the linebackers. And then the secondary, Thompson and Crowley, the 2 corners, won't have to do much, but at least Greenbrier throws in every now and again. You've got to keep your eyes open because they will go play action and see if they can't beat them down the field.
The critical part for those 2 corners are they're going to not allow the backs to get to the outside. They have to turn it all back into their support.
Pig and Arms, the receivers. Roll out. We'll see our first pass of the football game. No, Aldridge will keep it. Tries to get to the corner, and he is knocked out of bounds on that Page sideline into the mud. And Jake Norman on the tackle, and a 3 and out for Greenbrier. So Page's defense steps up, and here you see it. Trying to throw it, but a nice job by the Page defense.
Watch Norman right here on the edge. You know you got to come up and make this play, and sure enough, he does. Nice play right there by Norman.
The ball is at the 43-yard line.
You got to love a little mud on the uniform.
Roger Herndon is the punter as well. On 4th down, Herndon takes a snap, gets off a nice punt high into the sky. It'll be fielded inside the 10, and that's where Page's football team will take over, right outside the 10. We'll take a break, come back with more. 2 offensive possessions, both get 3 and outs on the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week. And welcome back to Greenbrier High School. We do want to say a special thank you to Coach Williams and the entire crew here. It's been a great day. We've been up most of the afternoon, and great hospitality. Page takes over deep in their own territory. Give, left side, no running room again. And Pat, we've seen it now, 7 offensive plays in this football game. We've seen 6 runs for negative yardage and 1 attempted pass that was a gain of a couple of yards.
Well, what you see, watch the defenses. When we get a little wider shot, you're going to see every defensive player is within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. And there you saw a nice play by Troy Dill. And good solid tackling, too. That's a big part. Both these backs are going to wait for one opportunity for a missed tackle and take it to the house.
Maxwell is the fullback. Hiller under center, I formation for the Page Patriots. Give, McMurray, again, absolutely no running room. And Pat, you look at this, you know, you're going to see this all night long. As you mentioned, it's going to be about who stays more patient, because at one point someone makes a mistake, but you're right there. Look at all the green jerseys around the line.
Just a little misdirection. They show one direction and cuts back. You know, it's crossbuck, misdirection.
We'll go under 7 minutes here in the opening quarter here on the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week. Region 5 3A battle, both teams unbeaten in region play. Greenbrier comes in at 6-1 on the year and have a great crowd here tonight. I formation, 2 receivers on 3rd and long. You see Hiller throw for the first time. He'll attempt to throw. Under all kinds of pressure, looks to get rid of it. Now does late, and it's almost intercepted. He was under all kinds of pressure, let it fly, and it's incomplete. A flag comes flying.
I think it's for a face mask.
They're going to look and maybe go interference. All the Greenbrier coaches are saying the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. They will call interference on Greenbrier. All of the coaches on that sideline are saying the ball was tipped, and at that point, Pat, as you've talked about, it's fair game.
Right. Once the ball's tipped, all bets are off.
Our referee tonight, Jody Swearingen.
On the defense. First down.
And take a look here, Pat.
Oh, he might have even been down when he threw that football.
They're saying Roger Herndon tipped that ball, but nonetheless, it is a pass interference play that will move the chains. And again, we do want to say, and Pat, you look at it, you say Hiller may have been down in the backfield.
Watch his left knee right there. He's down.
Should have been down for a sack there, but nonetheless, it's interference, and the Patriots are out of their own end zone. Hiller to throw again under all kinds of pressure. Avoids a sack, and now will look for a block. Goes up the sideline. Will be run out of bounds there, but almost a huge play by Greenbrier and Troy Dill. Just a big opportunity.
Troy Dill with that missed tackle had a chance to put Page in a second and about 25. You know, and I do like the play call here by Alvin Palmer, kind of loosening up the defense, taking those guys a little bit further away from the line of scrimmage, maybe opening it up for a run.
Pick up a 7. It'll bring up 2nd and 3. Football at the 36-yard line. 2 receivers, including Crowley, who's the punter/wide receiver, to the wide side. McMurray carry right side, will barrel his way very close to the first down, and it'll be right on that mark. But Pat, we also do need to take this opportunity and apologize. Last week, rule in the rule book 751 allows 2 forward passes in high school football as long as the first is behind the line of scrimmage. And we were all over the officials last week, and we want to apologize.
I apologize to Ron Sisk, actually a friend of mine, who I
at least used to be.
Yeah, he probably don't like me now. I you know what? It's the first I heard of it, and I apologize, Ron.
I formation, 2 receivers following the first down run.
Inside handoff.
And absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job by the front 4 for Greenbrier. And again, the running game is virtually nil here, as the only 2 real positive plays we've seen are design pass plays.
Watch what Greenbrier's doing up front. They're hitting gaps. That right at the snap, right here, they're hitting gaps. Everybody's got a gap to control. None of them have given way. Nice play right there by number 59.
Perry Osborne.
And Joey Stevens has done a good job, and we talked about Troy Dill. But what Page has done is changed the field position game.
Thompson and Crowley twins to the left. Hiller give McMurray right side, has a hole, cuts back to the middle of the football field, cross midfield, cross the 40-yard line, down to the 39. And just like that, Pat Sperduto, you see what Josh McMurray is all about. Almost 1,100 yards on the season and 13 touchdowns.
And take a look right here. Watch McMurray, patience, cuts back. And the other thing these guys do, both these backs do not put the ball on the ground very often.
Football inside the 40 down to the 39. 5 minutes to play in the opening quarter of the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week. Blake Fulton, Pat Sperduto, Joe Williams here with you at Greenbrier High School. Hiller give to McMurray inside again, and this time not as successful. It is brought down by Daniel Prine.
Daniel Prine, a linebacker, run blitzing a gap, does a good job. If you run blitz in a gap, you have to make a tackle. Just play before, they run blitz in a gap, guy misses a tackle, it's all over with.
Keep in mind on this drive that started back at the 13-yard line, the pass interference on 3rd down that allowed this drive to continue. And now the football in Greenbrier territory at the 38-yard line.
And they've really changed the field position game.
Gone with the twin receivers most of this drive. McMurray right side,
nice play.
Absolutely nowhere to go. And Pat, you look at it, a no hole whatsoever. And that time, Devin Robertson stood him up.
Really nice job by Devin Robinson fighting off the block. Right here, watch him right here, number 67, fights off the block of the tackle, penetrates into the backfield, and then makes the tackle.
And now a big third down call here on the 40-yard line, 3rd and 11 here in the opening quarter. Scoreless.
Right, and Page does not need a first down here. What they need to do is definitely don't allow Greenbrier to make a big play.
Twin receivers, I formation. Hiller under center. Give McMurray right side on 3rd down. Will pick up about 4 yards and bring up a 4th and long situation in what would appear to be Alvin Palmer's decision to punt and force Greenbrier to come all the way back down the field. Or does he think about it and say, hey, we're down here, let's take a shot?
I'll be stunned if he don't punt this down tight. I think he's going to punt this down tight and hope that it gets in there nice and tight and forces Greenbrier to go the distance.
It's exactly the formation that they will set up in.
This is
Crowley is the punter. They're going to attempt a field goal, which will be 55 yards. And again, in high school football, if it goes inside the 20-yard line, it's the same as a punt.
Exactly.
So you may have a better leg here.
And that might be what they're doing.
Hold down at the 45, and it'll be kicked.
Exactly.
We'll go right out of bounds.
That's a good call.
A good call. It goes right over to our tailgating folks and say, hey, we don't want to take the chance of a block punt, bad snap.
Nice
we'll
call.
Take a break, see if the Bobcats can get on the board on the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week. Don't miss a triple header of college football action tomorrow on CSS. Southern Conference powerhouses Appalachian State and Georgia Southern square off live at noon, followed by a Mountain West showdown between New Mexico and UNLV. And then I'll be down at Jacksonville State as they host OVC foe TSU live at 7. Pat, you and I will be down there, along with Keely Davidson on the call tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And it should be a good one to see if Coach James Reese and the Big Blue Tigers can go down and knock off Coach Crow and the undefeated Jacksonville State Ball Club.
Jacksonville State is a very good football team, and that'll be a lot of fun doing that game.
That'll be tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Back to the I formation for Greenbrier as they get the stop, and they'll start at their own 17-yard line. Give Herndon. Right side will get up to about the 20, a pickup of 3 yards on first down. And Pat, you're right. We're down to 2.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter, and it's just a matter of which one of these backs gets a seam to make a difference in this ball game.
They run a little counter tray right there. The guard and the tackle pull across, and you know both these teams are going to be patient. You will not see either of these teams come out of character. I'd be very surprised. They know the key to their success, a 6-1 mark and a 5-2 mark, has been patience. Stick with the game plan, play solid defense, don't make mistakes.
Aldridge under center. Herndon in motion. They come back with the fullback give. And a nice tackle there as they tried to change things up there as Pig got the carry. Pickup of a couple, but they try and use Herndon as a decoy and a lot of movement in the backfield.
And Brent Thompson, the corner, with Page coming off the edge, makes a great open field tackle. Both these teams have tackled exceptional, haven't they, Blake?
They very, very much so. And now you've got 1:45 to play in the opening quarter, and a big third down here for Greenbrier is deep in their own territory. Page's defense looking to come up with a big play. Herndon remains the tailback. Aldridge, the senior, under center. 3rd and 5 for Greenbrier. Motion man. Quarterback keeper, and be very close to a first down. Pat, I think he's 1.5 yards short, though.
I think he is, too.
It'll bring up 4th down as they try to, again, use Herndon as a decoy and see if they couldn't get somebody to bite on the fake.
Right, and the field position battle, like I said, Page changed the field position, worked their way just past midfield, knew if they pinned him down, they have a chance to get a pretty good shot at good field position again.
Keep your eye. Herndon is the punter. Had 3 punts last week, just under 40-yard average. And again, it gives them the ability to run some different things out of this formation should they decide to fake. Thompson is back deep.
Nice
high
kick.
end-over-end kick. Thompson will field it at the 45-yard line and go down. So a nice field position here for the Page Patriots. And now offensively, they will trot back onto the football field with 44.1 seconds to play in the opening quarter.
This is what I think is going to happen, Blake. I truly believe both these teams are going to stay true to form and pound it and pound it. And what happens is you pick up 2, you pick up 3, you pick up 2, then all of a sudden you're going to see 48-yard touchdown run.
48. So do
50
should we
or
go ahead and write down 48? Pat Sperduto has said he feels
I'll say 40 plus. There'll be a 40-plus yard touchdown run eventually.
Hiller under center. Twins to the left side. Give, right side. This time the carry goes to Patton. Patton up over 600 yards on the season, gets his first carry of the night.
And Coach Palmer said Marquise Patton should get a few more carries tonight. They're not going to beat up Josh McMurray. They're going to work Patton a little bit as a change. And right here you see, he says he's very quick, he's very elusive, and he's slippery at times to get down. And you see right there they didn't even get him down.
Football at the 44-yard line, a loss of 1 on what should be the final play of the opening quarter here. Twin receivers I formation. Hiller again. Give. This time all kinds of running room up the middle. And the final play of the opening quarter gives some momentum to the Page Patriots. It'll bring a 3rd and 1 situation when we come back on the second quarter. A scoreless first quarter. Not a lot of running room, no turnovers, very few penalties. It's all right here on the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week.
The old saying of no pain, no gain shouldn't always have to apply when you're having orthopedic surgery. At Northcrest Orthopedics, our surgeons use minimally invasive techniques whenever they can to reduce the pain you experience. Less pain allows you to get up and around sooner, move into rehab quicker, and heal faster. Doctors Daher, Cutright, and Peavyhouse are world-class trained surgeons who have the skill and experience to treat your family expertly. Northcrest Orthopedics, our family taking care of your family.
And welcome back to Greenbrier High School. A big run for Mr. Pat on the final play of the first quarter brings up a huge 3rd and 1 situation in this football game.
You see Patton still out there too.
Crowley's the motion man. Give Patton right side, blockers in front. I'm not sure he got it, Pat Sperduto.
He does not have it according to the marker across the field. The ball is right at the 45.
Justin Pigg and Adam Adcock make the tackle. Will bring up a 4th down, and now a huge decision here. Do you try and run it, or do you continue to play your field position game?
It's a tough one right here.
And they're going to go for it, Pat Sperduto. As Hiller will run over, chat with the offensive coordinator. Now he and Thompson will trot back onto the football field. Thompson will stay out at the wide receiver spot, but on 4th and 1, and it is a long one, Pat, almost 1.5 yards. They will go for it here.
They only have 10 guys on the field.
Nope, 11. Another wide receiver out wide to the left.
He didn't come into the huddle.
He didn't. Football is fumbled on the snap. And either way, it'll be Greenbrier football on the turnover downs or the fumble. And coming out of the pile there, Pat Sperduto, is Mr. Osborne, who's made 2 nice plays defensively.
And take a look here, just a bobbled snap. Quarterback's going to make a play, getting out of there way too early. That's all on the quarterback. Usually you say, hey, it's on the center, it's on the quarterback. That's totally on the quarterback, no question. He's pulling out. He doesn't even have the football.
Greenbrier takes over now in very good field position at the 46-yard line. Herndon remains the tailback, and again, no receivers here, Pat. They come with a bunch formation.
2 tights, 3 backs.
Motion man is Pig. They give Herndon up the middle. Breaks a tackle, and he is hit with a shoulder from Letham and others. But again, that was a physical play there in the middle of the football field.
Take a look at the hit right here. That's pretty physical by number 3. Letham, watch right here. He comes into the pitcher. Oof. That's a jolt.
We're not talking about Jolt Cola.
No. Again, 2 tights, 3 backs.
Pickup of 7 on 1st down for Roger Herndon.
I love it.
Aldridge under center. Motion man is Pig. Again, give. Up the middle. Herndon spins through 1 tackle across the 40. Keeps his legs churning to the 39-yard line. And again, Pat, the things we've noticed, whether you go to Preston Brown at Antioch, last week with Wilkerson, here with Herndon, the feet. It's not all about vision. It's about how hard their feet continue to move after contact.
Watch when they get slowed down. Look at it. Just they keep churning and churning. They don't, and they're always moving forward, too. Even when they're being tackled, they're going forward. Very rarely do you see those good backs go backwards when they're being tackled.
1st down moves a change for Greenbrier, and now the momentum on the home sideline for the gentlemen in the green and white. Great night for high school football here. 10 minutes to play. Opening half. Scoreless football game and a huge matchup in Region 5 3A. Give Herndon. He is hit in the middle of the football field, Pat. I tell you, a little bit, and Stubblefield makes the tackle here. He runs upright, a little bit like a guy you work with in Chris Brown. He's upright. He's going to take some hits.
They're more jolting hits because they're upright, but their vision, backs that run upright like that, their vision usually is exceptional, where they see the holes, and when they hit them, they know what's coming up ahead. They kind of feel the way the blocking schemes are going to open up.
Jacob Aldridge, the quarterback, gets the play in here on 2nd and 9, a gain of 1.
You gotta love it. 2 tight, 3 backs all night long.
Now they go for almost a semblance of the wishbone. Herndon, the motion man, and this time Aldridge will keep it. Has a man wide open downfield. Throws it up for grabs. It's complete inside the 20-yard line.
It's to the big man, Joey Stevens.
Joey Stevens on the catch, and Pat, he was wide open, just going, please throw it to me.
He just ran a simple corner route from his tight end spot. I told you, 2 tights, 3 backs. It looks like they're going to turn around. You see Stevens waving, hey, I'm wide open. Page brings everybody to the line of scrimmage thinking, hey, they're going to stay true to form, and that's what you have to do sometimes. You got to loosen up the defense. You got to take those corners and safeties that are creeping up along the line of scrimmage and make them back up.
Football rest at the 11-yard line. Motion man, give Herndon up the middle, dives inside the 10, down to about the 6.5-yard line.
And the sticky part of this with the offenses that both these teams run, they have a chance to get a first down, but they're going to have to keep pounding it to get it down to the 1 and inside the 1 to get a first down.
They'll say he picked up 4 and spot the football at the 7. 2nd and 6 at the 7. Gain of 4 yards. And, Pat, we're going to go under 8 minutes to play in the opening half here of a scoreless football game. And it is run the football. Again, they go with the big lineup. They've run Herndon in motion out of this lineup a couple of times.
Back to the T formation.
And now they came with Pig, but there was all kinds of movement up front.
I think the right tackle jumped right there, Blake. Is it Stratton? I don't want to call him out.
Swear engine.
Offsides, defense.
Oh, how about that?
He was baited.
The right defensive tackle.
He was baited, and that penalty.
Watch right here,
half the distance to the goal.
He saw the motion by Pig, and he just jumped.
Half the distance to the goal. We'll move it down inside the 5 to about the 2.5-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 2 from the 2.5.
Oh, boy, you like those situations as coach.
And now there's a timeout on the field. Greenbrier's going to take a timeout.
Smart. That's a smart call.
8 minutes, 1 second to play in the opening half. A huge second down play for Greenbrier when we come back on the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week. And welcome back to Greenbrier High School. Joe Williams, I know you're down there smiling.
Oh, son, you got to love this. You got cheerleaders all set up. You know, they're kind of covered. Look at this. Then you got cheerleaders who don't wear anything.
And you have Roger Herndon, who has a touchdown, Greenbrier. His 19th touchdown of the season from 2.5 yards out. And Joe Williams, that crew is fired up now. They've been here all afternoon. And here you see it, Pat, simple play.
Just a straight dive, right behind the fullback. Herndon draws first. If this is a battle between Herndon and McMurray, Herndon takes first shot.
Extra point attempt here for Greenbrier. Hold is down, kick is up, and it's good. Greenbrier by a touchdown. It's 7-0. 7:54 to play in the opening half of the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week. Pat, I got $100 that the guy in that helicopter is wearing a sweater. You want to make a bet? There you see the helicopter. Our buddy Rudy Kalis cruising around locally in Middle Tennessee, Channel 4.
Oh, look at those teeth.
Whoa, she's got bad teeth. Needs to see a dentist here in Greenbrier. Nonetheless, touchdown Greenbrier as Roger Herndon scores from 2 yards out. 7:54 to play in the opening half, and the Bobcats on top 7-0 in this Region 5 3A game. Both teams undefeated.
You absolutely got to love the support here up in Greenbrier. This has been awesome. It really has. From the second we pulled up, These people have been incredible.
6 plays, 54 yards, 3 minutes, 7 seconds off the clock on that scoring drive. Good kick, high kick. Will be taken at the 8. Patton tries to get outside, and it'll be brought down, and this Greenbrier crowd is fired up, Pat Sperduto.
Well, they're going to win the field position battle again. If they can keep them pinned down here, they're going to have another short field. And the key play was that 4th down fumble for Page earlier. I mean, they fumbled the ball, changed the field position game, and gave Greenbrier the short field.
And again, we'll see if it's Patton or if McMurray trots back onto the field. He sat out the last drive.
McMurray is back.
Football rest at the 12-yard line. Give. This Greenbrier defense, Pat Sperduto has done a heck of a job as Troy Dill, the first one there, and then all of a sudden he had about 4 Bobcats alongside.
These guys are swarming. Clint Russell, guy coming back from an injury, has been flying around tonight. Watch him right here. Clint Russell right away. Number 12 right there. Troy Dill. Big play by those 2 guys right there.
McMurray 24 yards on 11 carries.
And that's not that is not a Josh McMurray night.
Clock runs here. A long time in the huddle for Page here. They'll have to hurry to get this play off. Twin receivers, Thompson and Crowley to the right. Hiller under center I formation on 2nd and 11.
Defense.
Hiller bobbles the snap, and again, nowhere to go. This Greenbrier defense is all over the football field. Even a little mud on the field over there, Pat. As you see, Joey Stevens had the big catch as a tight end, number 89. Makes a nice play here as well.
Watch him fill it up right away. Everybody's got a job. Everybody's got a gap. Stay disciplined. This is a good defensive unit right now. They're playing extremely disciplined.
This Greenbrier team, the only blemish on the schedule, a 29-13 loss to White House. Remember, we saw Lipscomb a couple of weeks ago. This Greenbrier team beat David Lipscomb early on in the year. And Greenbrier's got a huge win next week again against Marshall County right here, who's only got 1 loss in region play. Hiller to throw on 3rd down. It's got a man open, hits him, but the receiver had to slide down to make the catch, and it'll be well short of the 1st down. It'll be another punt for the Page Patriots and Alvin Palmer.
And it's a win for Greenbrier. They've got him pinned down. They're going to give a short field, and you see who's going back. Number 16, Roger Herndon.
Had a touchdown return last week from his punt return formation. He stands at the 46-yard line. Crowley set to punt, stands deep inside his own 5-yard line. And this is a big play here for Page.
I wouldn't be surprised if they kick it away from Herndon.
Good snap. Crowley takes it under some pressure, gets it off, and gets a nice high kick that'll bounce at the 49 and take a Page bounce to the 47-yard line. We'll take a break, come back and see if Greenbrier can extend their lead on the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week.
I'll go.
All right, you 2. That's enough goofing around.
I think I'm afraid.
Time to turn out the light.
Wait, Mom. I just got to the best part.
This moment brought to you by Sylvan Learning Center.
I never liked reading. Then Sylvan showed me how fun it can be.
We call our approach the Sylvan Advantage. It's individual attention from highly trained and certified teachers, plus progress reports for you.
For information on ACT, SAT preparation, call 860-2299.
Fill up the tank.
The new Silverado half-ton crew has more standard horsepower, more torque, and more towing capacity than Ford or Dodge.
It's never happened.
Chevy Silverado, an American revolution.
And welcome back to Greenbrier High School. They're up by a touchdown. Joe Williams is down on the field with one of our favorites, Rudy Kalis.
All right, welcome everybody. Rudy Kalis here from Channel 4. You know, I thought traffic was tough, then I saw the way you came in a helicopter. We got to talk, baby.
I know, it's a nice way to get here. When you're ready to leave, come with me.
You guys sure do a good job with high school football, and if you'll hang around for a little while, I'll show you.
Okay, but you do a good job, too. You guys picked the right game, and I didn't know you were going to be here tonight. I should have paid attention, but I was like seeing you, Joe.
Ain't that the truth, guys? What's out?
Oh, we're going to have a holding down the field.
Yeah. This one's going to come back. Roger Herndon with a nice run, a pickup of about 24 yards. I think it's going to be brought back as the flag sits at the 44-yard line. And we're glad to have Rudy Kalis here. Does a great job over there, and a first-class guy. As all of the local stations, Pat, do a great job covering high school football. Rudy flies around the helicopter. Channel 2, of course, the only station to dedicate a whole show, 30-minute show, in Prep Blitz Extra.
Well, because the bottom line is football in Tennessee is truly a religion. I mean, they treat it like it deserves to be treated. It's a fun time for everybody. And like I said, the support here in Greenbrier has been phenomenal.
And here's the hold that our refereeing crew saw, Pat.
Oh, right there.
Saw it. 24 was being held for Paige. Thompson, the cornerback, move it back. It'll be 1st and 11 as it's the spot foul, Pat. And really, it moves it back to the 45, 46-yard line of Greenbrier. Herndon, the back, one of his first big runs of the night, is brought back. Give Herndon up the middle.
Oh,
absolutely
nice
nowhere to
play.
go. Both defensive tackles did a heck of a job, Pat Sperduto. You have to give all of the credit there to Meldon, number 60, but he also had some help from some of his boys.
By Cody Stubblefield. Medlin was right in the backfield immediately. Big stop. And really, what they're trying to do is shorten the field. You got to keep shorting the field.
Aaron Crowley plays defense, offense, and the punter. He is our Student Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Wendy's. Does great not only on the football field, but also in the classroom. And for Greenbrier and the Bobcats, our scholar athletes, the quarterback, Jacob Aldridge. You got to be smart to play quarterback, and he is our Wendy's Scholar Athlete of the Week. Play action, Aldridge to throw again. Now we'll have to try and scramble. Gets outside, throws down the middle of the field, complete across the 45.
Oh, he's gone.
To the races, and he's going to be brought down inside the 30-yard line. Pat, you're right. Kyle Herndon, the younger brother of Roger Herndon, makes the catch.
Kyle Herndon has a holding penalty on Roger Herndon's run, and he made up for it right there with a big catch. Watch here. Aldridge, patient, leads him. Nice catch by Herndon, turns it upfield, breaks a couple tackles, and makes a big gainer. And again, Greenbrier knocking at the door.
Pickup of about 25, 30 yards on that play as they go well inside the 30 from back at their own 46-yard line. Give up the middle. Herndon now tries to bounce outside. First man does not bring him down. He'll be inside the 20 to about the 19-yard line, Pat. I tell you what, 3:50 to play in the opening half. If Greenbrier can punch it in for a touchdown here, they've got to be feeling good about how they've played this first half.
Oh, they will go in at halftime feeling very good, feeling very confident they can come out and play their game. Don't change anything. Pound it up the middle. Work Roger Herndon as much as you can and make the big plays.
Pat Bryan, you go down the list. Pearson, Stratton, Dunn, Stevens, a tight end. All the big fellas up front for Greenbrier doing a nice job.
Just getting off the football.
Give Herndon left side. Again, he'll be tripped up, but a pickup of about 4 yards. And Pat, we'll go under 3 minutes to play. It'll bring up a 3rd and short situation. And if you're Paige on defense, you've got to come up with a big play right here.
Yes, well, you're going to force them to at least a field goal off of this play. That's the way you have to think about it right now. And if you're Greenbrier, you just don't want to turn the ball over right here. Protect that football. A lot of times when guys go for the short yardage plays, they tend to reach out a little bit or hold the ball a little more loose because they're trying to get that first down.
Herndon's 12th carry of the opening half will be enough for a first down.
And Paige may not see the football again this half.
That is enough for a Bobcat first down.
You heard our man Butch.
12 carries, 37 yards for Herndon. And again, his best run was brought back due to a holding penalty on his brother. You think he's going to talk to him when he gets home?
Yeah, you know what he's going to say? He's going to say, you just wanted that catch. That's why you did that.
Yep.
Give him noogies. You know, his younger brother, give him some noogies.
Yes. As a younger brother, I know all about that. I formation. Sweep this time to the right side. Herndon gets it, cuts back inside. And Pat, you're going to love this because on the sweep, quarterback Jacob Aldridge, he said, I'm going to go out and lead.
Just made my day right there. I saw Aldridge throw the toss. Watch right here. Watch number 10. The quarterback, toss to Herndon, and then look at him. He's hunting somebody, and he's not hunting a little DB. He goes and hunts one of the big linemen, number 55, Josiah Bennett.
Pickup of a couple, it'll make a 2nd and 7. And Pat, now we're down to 1:46 to play in the opening half here. And you're right, Greenbrier, keep that clock running, punch it in, you got to be ecstatic.
And Page will not see the ball again this half.
This time they come back to Pig and absolutely nowhere to go. Great job defensively by the Page Patriots. And this time Stubblefield with another big play. He has had a heck of a first half defensively.
You know what? And I talked to Coach Alvin Palmer before the game, and that's one thing he said. Watch Stubblefield. Cody Stubblefield will be all over the field tonight.
3rd and 9, clock runs. Greenbrier's already used one of their timeouts this half, still have a couple, and they know, hey, either way, let's get points here. A big 3rd and 9 play, Pat. They keep it on the ground here?
I wouldn't throw it. I mean, the last thing you want is a turnover down here. You know you're going to end up with some points.
Aldridge under center. See if they put Herndon back in motion. Football's on the ground. Aldridge falls on it. It'll bring up a 4th down situation.
And that's actually a really smart football play by the quarterback. Ball's on the ground. Kind of a rough snap right there again. Both teams have had problems with the snaps. Might be because of the cold. Aldridge smart enough, just jump on it. Make sure we get the field goal.
They're going to let the clock run all the way down as far as they can and use a timeout here. Make sure that the kicker gets set. Just finding Danny a nice decision there by Coach Williams. Say, hey, no need to rush it. We've got 2. We can't use them at the half. They don't do our band any good.
Nope, this is good football. This is good coaching. Like I said earlier about Alvin Palmer's punt, kick. They set up for the field goal, kick it, pooch it down tight. There's a smart call by Coach Williams. Take your time, make sure you execute your field goal, go up 10 zip at the half.
Football rests at the 15-yard line to make it a 32-yard field goal with 14.9 seconds. Now, Pat, we've seen all kinds of trickery in the last 4.5 years of doing these games on Friday nights. You think Coach Williams sticks to it and says, kick the field goal, let's get a 2-score lead.
If he doesn't kick the field goal, I'll be shocked.
You buy dinner?
I will buy dinner.
Fair enough. Dinner's on the line. Coach Williams, let's run a fake. I'm getting hungry up here in the press box.
Dinner is on me. He's kicking.
You're not going to buy much. They've got this press box stocked with some of the best food.
These people have been awesome. I mean,
Vanderbilt needs to take notes because those nasty hot dogs they serve in the press box over there that don't pass inspection, they need to fix it. Here's some great food they got to have catered. 32-yard field goal attempt here from Tucker. Kick is up. It's got the distance, and it is good. Right down the heart, Pat Perduto.
And you know what's amazing? We've already seen about 7 or 8 passes tonight. I'm shocked that we've seen that many. But both these teams have hunkered down in their defensive game plan. If you're Page, stop Roger Herndon. If you're Greenbrier, stop Josh McMurray. And both those guys have been pretty silent.
6.6 seconds to play in the opening half. And now we should see a squib kick here, and then we'll go to the half. Joe Williams will have all of our award-winning halftime entertainment, because I tell you what.
He's the best.
I mean, CBS, all these other people, they can throw it to the Jim Nance as they want. We get to throw it to Joe Williams, and he takes halftime entertainment to a whole new level.
I agree. He's a master.
He is the master.
What's he got, a bum knee? He's down there dancing.
Yes. Joe Williams down on the sideline will have all of our activities. Pat, you're a coach, obviously in the Arena Football League. Strange things happen, but do you like squib kicks here? You kick it even?
In the big field, I do. I like a squib kick here. You know, you hope to get somebody in that second row to field the football. You don't want those guys back there fielding the football. You want to get one of the 90 numbers or the 87 numbers, guys that really aren't too skilled. Yeah, you want the chubby guys to touch it.
Tucker set to kick. Will kick it deep. Didn't listen to Pat Sperduto. Taking it the 19-yard line. It'll be brought down inside
It won't cost them.
Across the 35. We'll go to the half. 10-0 at the half. And a very well-played first half on both sides. The running game's dominant.
Few penalties.
Good kick.
Great defense.
Couple of good coaching decisions. You go down the list, a very well-played first half, and anxious to hear, and Joe Williams will catch up with Alvin Palmer, what he has to do to get McMurray going running the football. Joe Williams is down with the Page head coach. Joe, it's all yours.
Coach, I've seen you smile a lot more at halftime. You're down 10-0, and it's been a heck of a football game so far.
Well, it's been a great football game, but we just got to stop all our mistakes. Too many mental mistakes and not listening, but that's going to be corrected at halftime.
Now, both of you guys, you and Coach Williams both scared me a little bit. Y'all actually threw the ball a couple of times here in the first half.
Well, we've been known to pass every now and then.
You going to do some more in the second half?
It all depends. We got to get that running game going first.
Exactly. What are you going to do to get that fired up?
I can't say right now, but I think we just got to get our blocking assignments down because we're missing a lot of blocks.
See, guys, we thought this was football. It's poker. He's playing them cards close to that vest. Good luck, Coach Palmer. So we get ready for the second half. Halftime coming up, Blake.
Yes, thank you, Joe. And there you have it. Coach Palmer trying to be the next Chris Moneymaker and go to the World Series of Poker. Running games, bands, and Joe Williams. It's all right here on the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week.
Bobcats, G-H-S. Yell it, Bobcats, G-H-S. Yell it, Bobcats, G-H-S. Yell it, Bobcats, G-H-S.
There you have the Greenbrier Bobcat cheerleaders on tape. Then you got the Greenbrier Bobcat cheerleaders, and then you got the Greenbrier Bobcat cheerleaders back here. And somewhere in the midst of all this, by the way, ladies, there is a possibility you could win $1,000 for what you did a little bit earlier. We're going to have that competition judged a little bit later this year with everybody who makes the game of the week. We're with Carrie Baggett, who is the assistant principal here at Greenbrier, and you have got to have the most fun job in this county.
It's a great school. There's a lot of fan support. They support their athletic programs. They're good academically, and it's a great place to work.
Yeah, we were talking when we got here about what a great atmosphere this was for football. You've got tailgaters on one side. Your season ticket zone was full, and you had to clear them out. You've got them up and down the sidelines. The community is here.
Right. And typically, we're on a fall break this last week, so we had some students aren't even here tonight because they weren't in school this week. So typically, it's even fuller than this on game night.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the things other than athletics that go on at Greenbrier. This is a great little community here in the county, and you guys just kind of pull it all together.
Yes, sir. We try as far as academics. We have high standards for our students trying to go to college. We have good programs locationally. We have a great student body, and they're very involved in a variety of ways.
Now, tell me just a little bit, as the band is coming off the field, you got a band, obviously you have athletics and band, but there are several other things that are going on at Greenbrier.
Yes, sir. Service organizations, you've got other clubs, other sports. In fact, our girls volleyball team won the district championship, so they'll be playing in the regionals next week. And so there's lots of things going on here at Greenbrier, and we're definitely proud of all of them.
Now, one of the things that I've noticed, the football team, of course, wearing the insignia of your local National Guard unit and reserve unit that's been serving. How has that affected your community as a whole?
We have some parents that were deployed as part of the result. We just feel here that we're loyal to our country. We're loyal to our servicemen, and we want to support them like they're supporting us overseas also.
All right, now you got a 10-0 lead at the half. Page has been known to make a comeback every once in a while, and it ought to be a great second half. You think these guys can inspire them to keep that lead?
Definitely.
Yeah!
I feel that we'll do our best to keep the score going, and Greenbrier do their best tonight.
I think this thing is far, far from over. Gary Baggett, who's the assistant principal here at Greenbrier's Bobcat High School. I'd like to tell you I can hear myself think, but that would be an impossibility. We'll be back with more in just a couple of minutes.
And welcome back to Bobcat Country. Greenbrier leads Page 10-0 at the half in this Region 5 3A battle. Both teams undefeated in a very well-played first half. When we come back, we'll take a look at first half stats, and we'll take a look at our first half highlights. Plus, Joe Williams has a special guest. One of our favorite people is going to join us when we come back on the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week.
Get in the game with the Nashville Sports Council.
I am very proud to be a member because of all of the great membership benefits I receive all year round.
We're members because we can volunteer and get involved in some of the biggest and most important sporting events in Music City.
I'm a member because I wanted to be involved in the Nashville community. It's a great cause, and I love sports.
Anyone can join Nashville's team. Become a member today and get in the game with the Nashville Sports Council.
Hey, Mom. How was school today? Oh, I got my test back. How'd you do? Here.
This moment brought to you by Sylvan Learning Center.
I studied hard, but I'd freeze on tests. Sylvan helped me change that.
We call our approach the Sylvan Advantage. It's individual attention from highly trained and certified teachers, plus progress reports for you.
For information on ACT, SAT preparation, call 860-2299.
Steeped in tradition, it's the heart of every weekend, and it may be habit-forming.
Love this game, love this game.
When you love it this much, nothing else matters. ESPN Sunday Night Football. Sunday nights at 7:30, all season long on ESPN.
See the NFL on ESPN with Sunday Night Football, brought to you in part by VHIX.com.
At CSS, we know your favorite time of year. We know your favorite sport, and we know your favorite color. It's football time in Tennessee, and CSS is where you're going to find tons of SEC action. Watch UT in action every Monday night from 6 to 10 p.m. It's the Phil Fulmer Show, Vintage Orange, and UT Encore. Don't miss a minute of UT Mondays and SEC action. Tune in to CSS for football this season on Comcast Channel 27.
And welcome back to the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week. Pat Sperduto has been called every name in the book in a good way up here in this award-winning press box where the food is absolutely unbelievable. Dot Pfizer, the grandmother of Clint Russell, has provided some unbelievable food here.
Pat's been eating for the last 15 minutes.
Yes, it used to be Skinny Pat, and now it's back to Big Pat. Let's take a look at our first half highlights here in this 10-0 ball game, and it all got going on a 2-yard touchdown run from Roger Herndon, who was up near that 20-touchdown mark.
Right up the gut, Mr. Football candidate right there. I mean, right into your living room.
32-yard field goal by Mr. Tucker extended the lead just before halftime with 6.5 seconds to play in that opening half. Gave Greenbrier that 10-0 lead. Let's take a look at the first half stats. Only 7 first downs total in the game, time of possession even. Everything is just about even. And stats, Pat, don't matter because we have a special guest that we have to get to. One of our all-time favorite high school football coaches in the Mid-State, now retired for the 63rd time. Jerry Pearson is down in the end zone with our Joe Williams.
I don't know how to introduce you now, Coach. As my partner upstairs said, that's Blake said, he's retired the 63rd time. How you enjoying it?
Well, I'm enjoying it very much. I just glad Sperduto didn't have to come down here and get me.
Now, let's tell the truth. You've not officially, completely retired.
No, I just resigned my head coaching position. I'm still coaching and enjoying Monday through Thursday at Dixon County, and I get to come here and watch Greenbrier play on Friday night.
Now, you coached here at Greenbrier for a while, and I know there's a special place in your heart for this great little spot. There's a little family connection here, too.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about it. I'm very interested in watching my grandson, and my wife was going to kill me if I didn't sit down last year and decide I was going to watch him play his senior year.
Now, yeah, I was kidding you earlier. You're doing Saturday morning quarterbacking with you. You said, no, that's not your thing.
No, it's not. I have enough trouble coaching our quarterback in Dixon County.
All right, real quick. You know, I almost didn't recognize you with the new hat. Sperduto's pretty impressed with this thing.
Well, I thought he would be here tonight, so I changed hats. Maybe he wouldn't recognize me.
Pat, he said he didn't think you'd recognize him.
I could recognize him anywhere. That guy is class at its best.
First class head coach there at Dixon County. We'll talk about his grandson, Jacob Aldridge, when we come back. And we've got third quarter action on the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week. Joe Williams, what do you have for us?
Well, we got Coach Kurt Williams here and his son Kurt. We were just discussing Kurt, and let's talk about a 10-0 halftime lead.
Well, we feel fortunate to be 10-0 right now. It's going to be one of those tough games like we always have when we play Page. So this game's a long way from being over.
Coach, pretty important game too.
It is a very important game. Both of us undefeated in the region, so we've got 2 quarters to play right here.
Good luck. Let's go get them done.
Thank you.
Coach Williams ready to go with the second half, guys. Hope you are.
We are, and Pat, you look at it, the program here, 75 years, and not a lot of success. Great fan support, and Coach Williams has turned that around. The last couple of years have made nice runs, not only in region play, but in the playoffs. They really expect to go deep into the playoffs. You take a look at those region stats, you see the 2 teams at the top of Region 5, 3A at 3-0, and Marshall County, who comes in here next week to take on Greenbrier, may have something to say about it. Marshall County has been dominant the last few years, but again, this year maybe taking a step down. You go on down Sycamore. Both these teams have beaten Sycamore, but I tell you what, I really like Kirk Williams and what he does with this program, how his kids behave, how they act on and off the football field.
I had a great chance to talk to him before the game tonight, and the one thing that comes out is his passion for teaching young men. Very impressive. I really like Kirk Williams' bunch.
There you see the possessions went 3 and out. The first 2 possessions came back and drove it just across midfield for the 10 points right before half. And you look at this game, Pat, it's still all about running game. And if Greenbrier doesn't turn the football over, they're going to be very difficult to beat here tonight.
You're exactly right. It's been a really physical game. And an example of that is the players for Greenbrier is coming out for the second half, running into Joe Williams, too. They're hitting everything in sight.
Man, that's like hitting a big piece of granite. That guy's got the body of a Greek
Adonis.
Yes, a Greek statue. He is a machine down there on the sideline as our Joe Williams.
And the good thing, if you're Greenbrier, not only do you go in with a 10-zip lead, you get the ball the second half, and right away, it's going to be a field position battle.
In third quarter, we've got toe to pig, and we are underway. One hopped, taken by Pig. He's got a hole up the middle of the football field. He hits into third gear there and gets up to about the 34-yard line. And, Pat, nice starting field position for the Bobcats.
It really is. That's what it'll come down to. Again, the second half, Blake, we saw both teams play very smart. Play the field position game, dominate the ground game as best you can, but both defenses have been exceptional.
Some people don't all take your offerings up here in the press box.
They've been great here, though.
But even our people, they're tearing us down. But that's okay. Motion man, first down, give, right side, nowhere to go, and a nice job. We've talked a lot about Stubblefield, but Bennett has made a couple of nice plays as well. Flags come flying at the 37-yard line.
Both those guys, Stubblefield and Bennett, the 2 inside linebackers. Coach Palmer said watch them both. They'll make a ton of plays tonight, and obviously
holding.
Correct.
Offense.
Holding. They didn't hold Bennett, because if they did, he wouldn't have made the tackle in the backfield.
Right there, you see. Let's see. That one's on number 12. You see the arms out. Another guy right there with his arms out. You got to keep those hands inside the frame of the body.
Not necessarily the way the Bobcat faithful wanted to see this half start with a holding penalty. 11:41 to play in the third quarter on the Chevrolet High School football game of the week. And we do want to say, Jay Gibson, our cameraman, please do be careful, as he's gotten a lot of media coverage this week. The Tennessean, all the newscasts. We do not want him to lose another camera tonight. Jay Gibson down on the sideline.
Line of fire once again, huh? Right on the sideline.
He is. Our dear friend John Wilson would tell you, bail, bail, bail. No shot is worth a camera. Give Herndon left side. He has no running room whatsoever, brought down at the 24-yard line.
Stubblefield this time.
And the Page sideline, Latham and company, trying to get their faithful fired up, saying, hey, guys, it's only 10-0. We're not out of this football game. It's second and long. Let's get this defense fired up.
Right, and they picked up a big chunk on the holding penalty and pushed Greenbrier back just a little bit further. So if they can hold on second and third down, they'll have a chance to get pretty good field position themselves.
It is second and Rivergate Mall here for Greenbrier. Again, Herndon in the backfield. Motion man, Herndon. This not the same one. Play action, looking to throw. Throws it at the feet of Roger Herndon, does Jacob Aldridge. If you missed it last week over in Pearl Cone, take a look at what our boy Jay Gibson had to do. Bobby Council, the running back from Pearl Cone, hit the hole against Clarksville Northwest, came right to the sideline, and there's old Jay Gibson.
Look at the camera just blow up.
He did. He blew up the camera, and there you see Jay Gibson. We are glad to have him back. He's fine and dandy and one of the best in the business, and we're glad to have him.
How much did that cost him last week? He worked for negative?
Free.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he's no longer getting paid, but
he's working off the camera.
Yep, he's going to work off the camera. And with the Preds lockout, he is really hurting. 3 receivers on 3rd and Rivergate Mall to throw. Under pressure, comes underneath, complete across the 35, but it'll be well short of the first down.
But it doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you why it doesn't matter. All that does is give them breathing room to possibly punt this ball and pin Page down, because they know Page's offense is the same as theirs. They're going to muck it up.
Aldridge hit Pig, a pick up a 13. It'll bring up 4th and 5.
And he's had 2 nice passes, one to the big tight end, Stevens, and that one there to Pig.
Thompson is back deep. Roger Herndon stands at his own 25-yard line and gets off an end-over-end kick. Will go out of bounds at the 40-yard line. We'll take a break. 9:52 to play in the 3rd quarter. 10-0. Bobcats over the Patriots on CSS.
Hey, do you want to know what it's like in the locker room after the game?
I know what it's like.
I know you know what it's like, but I want the fans to know what it's like. Join me, George Plaster.
And me, Brad Hopkins.
And Bubba Miller for a look at all the Titans home games beyond the sidelines.
I'll give an up-close personal view of some of my teammates, Titan staff, and much more.
Plus, Vanderbilt highlights, action from MTSU, and more.
See you on demand.
No, it's Plaster on demand, only on Comcast.
Honey, there's someone I'd like you to meet.
Just a sec.
He's trying to decide what minivan to buy. The red yarn compares safety features, the blue yarn compares performance features, and the green yarn compares options.
Right. Excuse me, sir? Sir? Huh? I can do all that for you.
Really? That's great, because my neck's killing me.
VHICS.com, roadmap to the automotive world.
Honey, online.
Oh.
And welcome back to Greenbrier High School. Our Red Hat had an emergency bathroom break. Had to get that taken care of. He had beans for lunch, and thus we missed first down. A loss of 1 yard brings up 2nd and 11 for the Page Patriots. I formation, give left side, no running room whatsoever. There has been no running room to that left side, because you look at it, Osborne, who had the fumble recovery, is absolutely dominating that line of scrimmage.
Josh McMurray, 32 carries, 236 yards. Last time he stepped on the field, this time he hasn't sniffed an inch. These guys have been all over him tonight.
14 carries for 21 yards
Robertson,
on the night.
Osborne, Stephen, and Troy Dill.
You look at Page and their possessions in this, their first possession of the second half, down by 10. It's been punt, punt, fumble, punt. And you look at the yards, not much in the way of offense at all. 3rd and long for the Patriots. Alvin Palmer will look to throw, and this will be another huge field possession loss.
That right there was monstrous. That play right there is so big, because field position has completely changed on this play right here.
Hiller goes back to throw, and again, you can give credit to any Greenbrier defensive player you want, but there's Dill's the first one there, and then he gets help from Osborne, and now Crowley will be forced to punt deep in his own territory. This is a play Roger Herndon could break the back of the Patriots.
Robertson, Dill, Osborne, and Stevens, the front 4 for Greenbrier, have dominated this football game. Right now, they're the players of the game.
High snap. Crowley gets it off. Herndon will step away from it. It'll take a huge Page bounce and go way inside the 25, all the way down to the 20-watt, and a huge punt for Page. Greenbrier gets the football back, up by 10 on the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week. Welcome back to Greenbrier. Be sure and turn to CSS throughout the college football season for extensive coverage of the ACC and the SEC, the 2 top-rated football conferences in the nation. That's if you don't live in Norman, Oklahoma. Catch 8 football replays each week to check out your favorite team and preview the competition. It's all on CSS, your source for Southeast sports. Even the young Greenbrier fans out and about tonight, they're fired up. They've got large straws here in Greenbrier?
Pixie sticks.
Oh,
Those
pixie
sticks. Come on.
You would know. You've got 9 children. You should know about that. Herndon. Toss.
You
left
see the
side,
lead blocker?
And the lead blocker did not get it done, but Herndon keeps his feet moving and gets back at least close to the line of scrimmage.
He was hoping he'd cut behind him.
He was. The lead blocker, quarterback Jacob Aldridge at 5'9", 155 pounds. Toss it and block.
Right here, he can't get there quick enough.
Nice job by Brent Thompson, who's played very well.
He really has. Those two corners on the perimeter, Crowley and Thompson.
And the receivers, they play receiver and corner, and they hang out together.
They've done a good job, both of those guys, keeping Herndon in check, especially not allowing him to get to the outside where he can make big plays.
7:20 to play in the third. 10-0 Greenbrier. Full house. They usually go motion out of this set, and they do again with Pig. Give inside to the big fullback and a nice hole up the middle. And for the first time tonight, Clint Russell, whose grandmother, Dot Pfizer, has provided the food out here, had to feed Clint.
Well, let me tell you right now, Clint Russell here, you see him, he's coming back from an injury, and Coach Williams has been putting him in a little bit more on defense. He said tonight, look for Clint Russell to start getting back in on offense, too.
It'll bring up a 3rd and 4 situation for the Bobcat offense. Jacob Aldridge, the quarterback, and this has been the territory that Mr. Herndon has gotten it most often. Also keep your eye on 89, Mr. Stevens, who has one long catch already tonight. Page showing blitz up the middle. Aldridge will take it on a quarterback sneak. He will be short of the first down. No flags came flying there as there was all kinds of movement.
I thought it was motion on the offense.
Not the case. There was all kinds of movement there, but it'll be short of the first down to bring up 4th and 1.
You know what? I think that was on 2, and he snapped it on 1.
He was tired. Brent Thompson now will go back deep, and Roger Herndon, who's had a nice night punting the football, stands at his own 15-yard line on 4th and 1 inside their own 30.
He needs a big kick here.
And he gets it. A high kick. Thompson will call for the fair catch at the 40-yard line. That's where Page will take over. Pat, if you're Alvin Palmer, under 6 minutes to play in the third, offensively you've done virtually nothing for 2.5 quarters. You keep running it.
You might not get the ball that much the rest of the game.
Next week we get to go see, in my opinion, the best team in the state, the Riverdale Warriors, and the folks at Dobbins Bennett may have something to say about that. They take on a Wilson Central team that is much improved in their young program, and then we wrap things up with one of the best rivalries in the mid-state. It's Brentwood Academy and Carlton Flat, who tonight is going for a win to make him the all-time winningest coach in the history of the state. He'll take on, in my opinion, the best young head football coach in the state in Jeff Rutledge at Montgomery Bell Academy. Give, right side, McMurray across the 42 up to about the 43-yard line. And we mentioned Jeff Rutledge, young as far as being a head coach on a high school level.
Right.
He's been around, but he's won just about everywhere he goes. And I tell you what, the kids love playing for him.
Oh, he's a great guy, too. I mean, he really, truly cares about that NBA program. At first, he was a little afraid to get into the high school level, coaching at Vanderbilt and wanted to get back into the NFL, but now once you find it and you get that reward, it's pretty impressive what he's done.
Hiller, give, McMurray, left side. Again, he is hit, picks up a couple. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5 situation here as we'll go under 5 minutes to play in the third quarter.
The front 4, watch the front 4 again. You see right there for Greenbrier, the front 4 making a bunch of plays. You see Troy Dill, Devin Robertson, Perry Osborne, and Joey Stevens still players of the game right now, and it brings up a 3rd and 4 and a big 3rd and 4 right here for Page, because like you said, under 5 minutes, they might not see the ball more than 2 more times.
I formation, 1 receiver, 1 tight end. Give to McMurray. No, they come around to the outside, and a nice play call. Off to the races is Leach. 1 man to beat, and he will get inside the 10 and brought down there. A great play call by Alvin Palmer and the offensive staff at Page High School. 3rd and short. They faked the give on the inside, Pat.
And then Jeremy Leach on the counter. Watch right here. Jeremy Leach on the reverse. Takes it, cuts back behind the 2 offensive linemen, the left tackle and the left guard, and then you get a face mask added on right there, and all of a sudden, 1st and goal.
Tell you, Leach on the carry.
1st down.
Pat, according to the stats, first carry of the year. And a great call there by Miller Polk, the offensive coordinator for Page. Gives it 1st and goal at the 2. McMurray, the tailback. Give McMurray left side. Will be tripped up inside the 1.
Tough sledding down there.
McMurray with 13 touchdowns on the year, including 3 2 weeks ago. The last time Alvin Palmer's team took the field.
Watch this. Watch the defensive penetration by the edge guy right there. Number 12, Troy Dill, forces McMurray to cut back. And here comes the support. You see big number 59, Perry Osborne, in on the tackle too.
McMurray should be getting most of these carries. Maxwell is the fullback in front of McMurray. Give McMurray left side. Touchdown, a Page Patriots, and they are back in this one.
I'm going to tell you what Page did. They brought in all the big boys. Big number 99, Troy Tangney.
One more time.
6'5", Tangney. Tangney. 6'5", 310. Hello, come on into the game, number 99. When I saw 99 lining up in there, I was like, uh-oh, something's going on.
McMurray with the 1-yard touchdown run, and now the extra point attempt to make it a 10-7 ball game.
He's had a frustrating night. He hasn't had, an easy go of it.
The kick is good, and again, keep your mind that this was Jeremy Leach with the long run. McMurray scores his 14th touchdown on the season. It's a 10-7 ball game. Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week.
Friday nights on Food Network, Rachel Ray is on the town and on the money.
I've got just 24 hours and $40. Can I eat like a local and still feast like a king? Without going over budget? I'm just going to go for it. Woo! Early to bed, early to rise makes the girl very full.
$40 a day, Fridays at 9 on Food Network.
Defining Dining is Comcast's new show about Nashville's best restaurants. To be featured on Defining Dining, call today. Get in the game with the Nashville Sports Council.
I'm a Sports Council member because I have access to some of the best tickets to several of the greatest sporting events in Nashville.
I'm a member of the Nashville Sports Council because it puts me right in the huddle for some of Nashville's most exciting sporting events.
I'm a member because I wanted to be involved in the Nashville community. It's a great cause, and I love sports.
Anyone can join Nashville's team. Become a member today and get in the game with the Nashville Sports Council.
And there you see Josh McMurray, who scored on the short touchdown run. But again, it was a long run by Jeremy Leach. And as far as we could tell through our stats, his first carry of the season on a huge 3rd and short situation. 5 plays, 60 yards, 2 minutes, 8 seconds off the clock on that scoring drive. Squib kick. He fielded inside the 30 at the 28-yard line and taken up the far sideline to the 38-yard line. And that return there by an up-back Timmy Sanders.
And if you're Greenbrier and Coach Williams right now, this is a critical drive. You have to respond right now and work this ball down the field and eat up some clock, because if you can do that and get into the 4th quarter and keep possession, you might have a good chance to put this game away still.
Now the Page sideline is fired up, and it is awfully quiet on that home sideline for the fans clad in green and white. Roger Herndon, the tailback. Motion man is Pig. Give Herndon right side. Stutter steps, breaks one tackle, goes across the 40, keeps his feet moving up to the 44-yard line, and a pickup of 6 yards will bring up 2nd and 4 under 3 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. And again, Pat, you look at this situation, both teams undefeated in region play. This really is to decide, obviously still some football games left, but for the most part, who's going to win this region?
Right, you're exactly correct. And both teams know it. You're talking to both coaches, they know this is for the region. Marshall County might have something to say about it, but to be honest with you, I don't think so.
2nd down. Pig again in motion, and again the give to Herndon. Page trying to strip the football.
He's going to be short of the 1st down, and it'll probably bring up
Joe Williams. What do you have for us?
Well, at halftime, another important game, guys. White House leads Whites Creek 28-14. It's been all White House. Ricky Ladd, 14 carries, 109 yards, 3 touchdowns in the 1st half.
Wow. The Ricky Ladd show as White House leads Whites Creek 28-14. Ladd with 3 touchdowns on the night. A big 3rd and short situation, under 2 to play in the 3rd. Page sideline is fired up. Their defense looking for a stop. Greenbrier trying to move the chains and get the momentum back.
Fullback.
Give fullback. And Pat, I'm not sure he got the first down.
The bottom guy looks like he's going to give it to him. The top guy looks like no.
They gave it to Russell, and we'll have to wait and see. Pat, it's going to be all about forward progress, but you're right. The guy, the bottom of the screen said yes. The top said no. And they give it to him.
You see Russell just tough running right there. I figured fullback, and that's a good call right there. Let Herndon lead for the fullback.
They moved the chains and a big first down for Greenbrier.
And I got to give Russell credit because his grandmother Dot took care of Dot Pfizer. Thanks for the food, sweetie. My new favorite grandma.
I formation. Give Herndon left side. Nowhere to go, and again, he holds on to that football very, very well.
But it goes back to what I said. They tackle him, and he's still moving forward. I mean, he's gaining yards even when he's being tackled.
Langford and Maxwell on the tackle there, but again, is that something you can teach, Pat, a guy to fall forward? I mean, there's certain guys. Eddie George in his prime was a guy that always fell forward. Marcus Allen was a guy that fell forward.
I think it's just body lean. Some guys have that body lean and that shoulder dip that they are always moving forward. Very rarely do they go backwards.
4-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. The Bobcats now in Page Patriot territory at the 48-yard line. I formation. Play action. Aldridge to throw. Has all day. Throws it up for grabs and it'll be incomplete.
Great block by his offensive guard, number 57 right there.
Pat, this is why we like high school football, because only in high school football will you see a play action pass throwing it to the kicker. Chris Tucker, also the kicker, also the wide receiver. You like that, and then you also have to like, only in high school football, in certain teams, you can see a defensive lineman wearing a number 7.
You gotta love it.
You do have to love it. 3rd and 6 now at 39.5 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. 10-7. It was 10-0 Greenbrier at the half. Page answered on their previous drive here with a 1-yard touchdown run from Josh McMurray to make it 10-7. Aldridge, play action again, under pressure. They'll run the screen pass and absolutely nowhere to go.
What a great play.
And a nice call to go with the screen, but Sam Maxwell was not fired, and the Page Patriots sideline is fired up as they look to get the football back.
But watch the play right here by Maxwell. Great play call and great play setup. Missed block right there by the guard, but once Pig gets it, look at the tackle. Both these teams have done an exceptional job of tackling.
And the Greenbrier sideline says, hey, we'll let it run down, and in the 3rd quarter, we'll punt to start the 4th quarter, and it'll be 10-7 when we come back. The Bobcats set to punt to the Patriots, and Page has got some momentum here on the road. We'll see who can win this big 3A battle on CSS when we come back. And welcome back. There you see some of the rowdy Greenbrier fans. Greenbrier set to punt on 4th and 6, first play of the 4th quarter. Herndon takes it. Flags come flying here. Comes from the far side. We'll have to wait and see. Pretty sure it wasn't delay a game there, Pat.
No.
Prior to the snap, false start.
Mr. Swear Engine, Jody Swear Engine, and again, Pat, to clarify last week, Rule 751.
I know, Ron
in the rule book,
right, and I was wrong.
You can't have 2 forward passes, and again, we apologize for being hard on the officials. They do a great job for the most part. Nice high kick. Bounce down, and take a huge Bobcat bounce.
There might be a clip on top of it.
Flags come flying from all over the place. Ball is down back at the 11-yard line, but Mr. Swear Engine's going to have a few things to say. In a first half that flew by, a second half has
what we got?
Come to a halt. What do you have? We'll cut your mic off so we don't hear, just in case, some illegal things going on down there. You never know what they might be.
Conspiracy theory.
Yes.
Got a block in the back on the kicking team. Post-scrimmage kick enforcement.
Oh.
It's on the kicking team. He pointed to the returning team.
Watch right here.
No, he pointed to the return team.
Okay, but watch right there. It's a nice push in the back, and ball comes down. Good call by the officials right there.
It's on the return team, not the kicking team.
Just pointed the wrong way.
Well, he pointed the right way. He meant on the return
team.
team.
Wrong thing.
Right. Same difference. Nonetheless, 11:51 to go, and
Page is going to have to go the distance.
And now the Greenbrier defense trying to get fired up. The crowd trying to get fired up on a chilly night.
And if Greenbrier can hold them here, they're going to get great field position and have a chance to put the game away.
McMurray is out. Patton is in at the tailback spot.
At a critical time, too.
To the outside, Herndon brings him down. That would be Kyle Herndon.
Kyle Herndon.
Also got some help from Cole.
But he gets a nice little gain, gets 4 yards, a little breathing room, and here comes McMurray back in the game. See Kyle Herndon right there.
Younger brother of Roger.
Noogies. He's been getting his noogies from Roger.
He split quarterback spot. Twin receivers to the wide side. Ryan Hiller, the quarterback. Give right side McMurray. Breaks a tackle, breaks another, and continues to barrel his way across the 19 to the 20-yard line. Enough for a Page Patriot first down.
Before the play started, Blake, I pointed at the big tight end. Take a look at the big tight end, number 99. Right there, just collapsing the left side of the line. We've talked about the front four all night of Greenbrier, how they've dominated, but now big 99 right there, blocking down with the tackle, 61, and they just collapse the left side of the line.
And Pat, I tell you, Kirk Williams said coming out, this game is not over, and right now, Greenbrier and Joe Williams is down on the sideline. We'll check in with him in a few minutes. It's awfully quiet down there, and if Greenbrier better wake up and get a hold of this, because Page has got all of the fight right now, and you see McMurray continuing to move his feet. He picks up 3, 4, 5 more yards. And Joe Williams, you were down there in that first half where it was loud and everybody's fired up. You're down there now, it's awfully quiet.
I tell you what, this sideline has gone awfully quiet. I mean, even the cheerleaders have gotten quiet. We might fire them up a little bit now. They might get going, but the rest of them are just, they're not there.
Have you ever noticed people will do just about anything to get on television?
I'm going to tell you right now, Lucas Carter, number 61, and the big tight end, Troy Tangney, have done a good job in the last 2 plays, and they might have found something on that off that right side of the line.
And this time, absolutely nothing. Greenbrier had about 16 Bobcats over there, and Mr. Pig said, I've had just about enough of that. It'll bring up a 3rd and long situation, and there you see it. You go down the line, Pig, the first one to fill the hole.
Nice job, and then right behind him, big number 50, Daniel Prine, getting involved too.
It'll bring up a 3rd and long situation. Two receivers.
And now Marquise Patton's back in the game.
2 receivers, Thompson and Crowley. So Hiller's left the wide side on 3rd and long. Hiller to throw. Swings it out. Almost intercepted. Roger Herndon read that one from the start, and he almost took that to the house. Incomplete pass.
He cheated his way over there. Just snuck over, knew what was going on, and almost took this. Look at him. You see him creep up. He knows. Sure enough. Oh.
And Pat, take a look on the return here. Aldridge and Herndon go back. For the first time tonight, both will go back to return this punt.
This is such a big punt. You got to make sure that this ball does not bounce and run. You have to keep this ball up around the 50-yard line and keep yourself with a short field. Don't change the field position, and that's why they put 2 back there this time.
Crowley with a line drive kick will hit at the 46 and take another Page bounce, as all of his punts have, and it'll be down right at the 40-yard line. Greenbrier with 8:58 to play in the ball game, up by 3 on CSS. And welcome back to Greenbrier High School. You gotta love some Comcast cable here on Comcast Sports Southeast, especially the digital cable.
See right there, Jerry Pearson's son running out there.
Grandson,
sorry about that.
Yes. Jerry Pearson, the former Dixon County head coach,
hiding in the corner of the end zone.
Like 14 different times he's been the head coach there. Absolutely a first-class guy. Pig in motion. He gets the carry around the right side and be up to the 45-yard line, a gain of 5. It'll bring up a 2nd and 5 situation. And now, Pat, 8:45 and counting here in the ball game. Greenbrier, if they can take some time off here and punch it in, they've got to like their chances.
4 first downs, the way they play, if they can just work it down, this game could be over.
If you're Alvin Palmer and the Page Patriots, you've got to try and strip the football, get a stop, still a lot of time, but neither one of these teams scores very quickly.
Yeah, you cannot let them pick up 2 or 3 first downs because it's going to leave you with no time on the clock, and you're not a passing football team.
Under center, Aldridge. Herndon in motion. They fake the give there. Come back underneath. This time it's Dill with the carry. He'll pick up about 4 yards and bring up a 3rd and 1 situation. So Roger Herndon doesn't get either of the 2 big carries on 1st and 2nd down, Pat, but on 3rd and short, he's going to get the carry.
Well, right here, he's a lead blocker right there. Dill, the play was designed to go around the left side behind Herndon, and that's the first carry we've seen for Dill tonight.
Stubblefield on the stop, and here's a huge 3rd down. Patriot faithful are on their feet. Alvin Palmer trying to get his defense fired up. Greenbrier saying, hey, big guys up front, let's move somebody, move the chains, and you're going to be that much closer to taking that next step of winning the region title. 1 receiver.
Hard count, maybe.
Aldridge under center. Give inside, 1st down and more. Pickup of about 3.5 yards. They'll move the chains. And Greenbrier's got the 1st down. And 3 carries on a huge drive, and they go away from Roger Herndon.
Right. Troy Dill just on a simple dive. Watch right here. Reverses out, simple dive. Dill lowers his shoulder, gets the 1st down. And now if you're Alvin Palmer, you know you have to stop him on this one right here. Do not let them pick up another 1st down, or it's going to be under 5 minutes.
Herndon this time gets it around the right side. Trying to strip the football, and he held on to it. He'll pick up a couple of yards. But I tell you what, Page was going for the strip there and trying to create a turnover, and Leach, who had the big long run, had a hold of the football, but Herndon was not giving it up.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, watch. Herndon tucks it away, and he knows. You see him get that left hand on the ball, too, right there.
Pat, you're right. 1 1st down. You said 4, and the game would be over. They've had 1 1st down at the 8-minute mark, and now we're at 6:28 and counting. It's 2nd and long. A couple of more 1st downs, and you may be exactly right. Herndon the wing back to the right side of Aldridge on 2nd down. Pig in motion. Aldridge to throw on 2nd down. Has a man wide open across the 35 down to the 32-yard line. And I tell you were shocked that Arms makes the catch. And I think everybody in the building was shocked.
I was shocked, first of all, that he threw it, but just as smart, you got to stay in bounds. If you're the receiver, catch it and stay in bounds right now. If you're Greenbrier, watch right here. It's just a simple release, an out route by the receiver. Complete. Try to stay in bounds.
There you see the Stubblefield coming up the middle. And how about our cameraman, Jay Gibson, who says, I'm out of here. I'm not losing another camera. I'll be working till I'm 46 without any paychecks. Nonetheless, 1st down, Greenbrier.
I will be absolutely stunned if they throw it again tonight.
Give up the middle. Dill with the carry. He'll pick up a couple on 1st down to bring up 2nd and long situation. 10-7 in this Region 5-3A battle. Both teams come in undefeated. Of course, Greenbrier's got Marshall County next week. Page beat Marshall County 40-35 earlier in the year. So as Greenbrier looks at it, a win tonight and a win next week, and they've got it all wrapped up for a number 1 seed.
Blake, 2 more 1st downs. This game is over. I told you 4. I'm going to stick to my number 4, and we're done.
We've gotten 2. And now they go back to the traditional I formation. This should be Roger Herndon territory.
And that's a freebie.
Page will jump.
That's the best right there. You don't even have to run a play.
Prior to the snap, offside, defense.
Remember this, Blake, 2 things. When you are in short yardage usually, I know they're not in short yardage here, you either long count or quick count. You quick count to catch the defense not prepared, not ready. You long count to hopefully get them to jump.
This drive started back at Greenbrier 40. Gone 36 yards and eaten up almost 3.5 minutes. I formation. Herndon carry left side. Breaks one tackle. It'll be tripped up at about the 22-yard line. Be very close to a first down. If he's just short, it'll bring up 3rd and short. And if you're a Page fan, if you want the Patriots to win tonight, you've got to get a stop right here or you are in all kinds of trouble.
This is the 3rd first down we talked about. If you're Greenbrier, you watch here. They'll come up to the line. They'll either quick count, go on first sound, or they'll long count and try to hut them.
How do they do it?
Hut.
That's the insight you get here on the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week. Go one more time for me.
Hut.
That's Pat Perduto for you, the head coach of the Nashville Cats. Give, right side, first down and more. Inside the 20 down to the 15. And Pat, that'll take us under 4 minutes. And now with your Alvin Palmer and Page, do you have to start thinking about using your timeout?
Without question. Watch this. You see the huts? He had the head bob and everything going.
There you see Dill, who we hadn't seen much of offensively all night until this drive.
This drive, right. This drive, you've seen him get a couple carries. Good for him. But if you're Alvin Palmer right now, boy, you got to hope for a strip. You got to either hope for a strip or you got to start using timeouts right now.
1st and 10. Football at the 15-yard line. Dill and Herndon the backs, Pig the wing back. Give Dill left side, and he'll be brought down. I tell you what, Stubblefield has done a nice job, and this time he had some help from Langford, who's also played very, very nice. This Page defense has done a nice job tonight.
Both these teams defensively need to be commended. They've been exceptionally, very, very good tackling football team, both of them. The safety up in the box that time, Langford, does a real good job of getting up in the box and making the tackle.
And Pat, you know, both these teams are going to make the playoffs, and I think both will make some noise on the 3A level.
I'm telling you, Blake, they're very good defensive football teams, both of them, and they have good running games.
The 2nd down play will go under 3 minutes. Pig is the motion man. Aldridge will keep it. He's got all kinds of room and more. Stay in block in front. He'll dive to the end zone. Touchdown, Greenbrier. 15 yards. And what a great call. Aldridge had not kept it since the first half. He keeps it from 15 yards out and takes it to the house.
Great play fake. You see him stick his left hand in the belly of the back and hold the ball with his right hand up to his own belly. And there's a pretty happy grandpa in the other end zone, I'm sure. You see Aldridge right there.
Extra point attempt to extend the lead with 2:51 to play is good. 17-7. We'll take a break, come back and see if Page can go to some hurry-up offense on the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week. And welcome back to Greenbrier High on what is an absolutely perfect night for high school football. A little chilly, big region game, great crowd. And there you see the scoring drive. 10 plays, 60 yards, 6 minutes, 19 seconds, and a 14-yard touchdown run by Aldridge. That's what you want at the end of the game when it means something. The region title's on the line. You go march down the football field and eat up 6 minutes and get a touchdown and put a double-digit lead on the board with 2:51 to play. That's a fourth-quarter drive that the Bobcat faithful will remember.
That's championship football. That's how you win championships.
Kick return is returned to the 21-yard line. Brought down there by Wade Pearson. Wade Pearson with the big tackle on special teams.
How about this tackle? Watch this. The one-arm bandit. Hello, he got him by the long-sleeve shirt. Did you see that?
It's big time. He's fired up. Special teams guys, you gotta love those guys.
Wade Pearson's a starting left guard. Did you expect to see Benji Olsen or Zach Pillar running down on the kickoff?
Nope, they're both hurt. Football's at the 22-yard line. I got you on that one.
Touche.
Oh, here we go, Pat. How about this formation for you? I told you they had to hurry up going. Give up the middle to McMurray. He's off to the races, Pat. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 30, down the left sideline. He's gone. Touchdown, Page. Pat Sperduto. How about that one?
That is a great play call right there.
78 yards.
I'm going to tell you right now, you have to give the Patriot coaches a lot of credit right there. That's exceptional play calling right there.
Miller Polk, the offensive coordinator, says,
this.
Don't go away just yet.
We don't need no stinking passes.
No pass for you. 17, and now the extra point to make it a field goal game again with 2:22, and Mr. McMurray, for the first time tonight, had some running room.
And when you look at the stats tomorrow, you see, wow, McMurray had a decent game.
Flags come flying here.
Ball start.
McMurray's 15th touchdown on the season. Pat, we'll take a look at it after the extra point here. There you see 21 carries, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns on the night. And again, that puts him up over 1,200 yards on the season.
Yeah, when you see the stats, though, they're going to be deceiving because he really hasn't had a great night other than that run.
Extra point attempt is wide to the left, Pat. And it is no good.
Wow.
17-13, and now they're down 4. Pat, take us through this formation here.
Here's what they do. They split out a lineman, the tackle, and they split out the tight end to one side. They split out the tackle and the tight end to the other side, and they put one back behind each of them. McMurray stays inside as an I-back, quarterback, center, and 2 guards, and they basically run an arena football formation.
With a few extra players.
That's really what they did. But all they did is they separated their line.
There you see McMurray. And now we get to see one of our favorites, the onside kick. The missed extra point could be huge. The fact that now Page has to score a touchdown even should they get the onside kick.
Right. And the other thing they're going to do, you know, they have their timeouts. Don't forget that, too. So they still have a chance even if they don't get the onside kick. Great play call, though. That staff right there deserves credit.
0-0 after 1. Greenbrier led 10-0 at the half. Back came Page to make it 10-7. Then a long 10-play, 60-yard, 6-minute drive for Greenbrier made it 17-7. And what we thought would end the game, only to see the next play go 78 yards for Page. And really the first time any offensive spark. They missed the extra point. That's where we are. 2:22 to play in a 4-point ball game. Greenbrier's looking for the onside kick. Page will kick it deep. Herndon will take it at the 20. He's got a wall set up. And it'll go down inside, across the 30 and about the 32. Flags come flying late. And this could be a huge one here, depending on which team this goes on.
Oh, this penalty's critical right now.
Mr. Swear Engine. Against Page.
Wow.
Let's take a look and a listen, Pat Sperduto. Oh, that's close, Pat. You hear the whistle there. Obviously, forward momentum had stopped, but that is very, very
You know
close.
who that was? That was Crowley on the late hit.
That's a punter.
And the kicker that missed the extra point.
Casey's having a rough couple of minutes.
He's venting frustration right there.
And he's played very well tonight.
He has played well. He's played extremely well defensively, and he's played very well offensively, too.
Pat, I'm going to tell you this. Let's welcome everybody to the Roger Herndon Show, because I have a feeling he's going to get a carry or two. Here's his first to the left side. He knows just to hold on to the football.
And right now, Page is going to call timeout immediately.
A couple of yards in the wrong direction. It's a nice job by the Page defense. Is Bennett the first one there to make the tackle? A timeout with 2 minutes, 3 seconds to play. There you see, 17-13 the score. Football rests at the 47-yard line on a gorgeous night. Again, we can't thank the folks here at Greenbrier. Our first visit here to Greenbrier with the Chevrolet High School football game of the week. And of course, we had sports night here from WTN as well all afternoon. And they were here all day with us. And we do appreciate Coach Williams, his staff, and all the folks here at Greenbrier High. A great atmosphere and a great place to watch a high school football game. Pat, you have done some math. Some would say that you and I are partial qualifiers, prop 48s, but what do you have?
Together, it would take both of our math scores to qualify. I'm just looking at the clock, and if Page can stop them these next 2 plays and use both their timeouts, they actually will have a chance to get the ball back with about 1 minute and 20 seconds.
All right, well, we'll see. I formation here, Pat. Don't forget, Talking Sports with Danny Sheridan live every Sunday at 8 Eastern for a half hour. Give Herndon right side, nowhere to go. And Page will use another timeout. And again, to finish that, 1 hour of debate and discussion about college football, plus plenty of good-natured ribbing. Sounds like this show. Catch Talking Sports every Sunday at 8 Eastern only on CSS, your source for Southeast sports. Again, 1:56 to play, Pat. And now we will see. And again, the interesting part you have here is third long, as Roger Herndon is also the punter, who's done a great job punting the football.
And you could even, at times, you can even have him run around back there to kill some more clock and then punt it. But defensively, I don't expect Greenbrier, if they do have to punt the football, to line up in the same formation. Expect to see the safeties way back.
We'll take a look at our Gaylord Hotels Music City Bowl play of the game. And there you see the wide formation. Right. McMurray takes it 78 yards in the wild formation. It's the play of the game just because it was the strangest play, though it appears if Greenbrier can move the chains here, they'll win. That was a wild play of the game. And you know there's high school coaches all across the Southeast watching this one going, we'll put that in the playbook. We couldn't run it for 3.5 quarters. We spread them out with an odd formation. All of a sudden, we take it to the house.
Right. They're playing like a checker game. You know, when you play checkers, you want to get down to the fewest amount of guys on the board. Some people, you know, want to eliminate you 1 for 1. And that's exactly what they did. They just spread it out.
Have you played checkers in a while?
Yeah, the 3 kids.
High formation. Pasquarito plays Candyland as well. Aldridge to throw on third down. Throws it. Got a man wide open. And it's going to be caught inside the 20 at the 15. And in what a play call. Clint Russell, who's played a great game at fullback, wide open in the middle of the field. Aldridge, when he's needed to throw it, Pat, has made great throws.
Hey, I'm going to say this right now. That is exceptional. Again, great execution. Phenomenal execution of the 4-minute drill. What you try to do in 4 minutes is get that first down. Good play call, and Aldridge took a shot. He saw the fullback streaking right down the middle of the field, uncontested, and a great job by the fullback catching the ball and knowing, hey, just get down, the game's over if I catch this.
Aldridge under center inside the 15 at the 14. They give it to Russell again up the middle, and he'll be brought down. And that should just about do it, Pat Sperduto. Your favorite play may get called from here on out. Your favorite play is what?
Take a knee, victory.
And how do you call that?
I don't know. You call victory. You say, hey, victory.
That means you get the W, and Greenbrier will improve to 7-1, 4-0 in region play. The Page Patriots will fall to 5-3, 3-1 in region play, and one heck of a football game.
This was a good football game. We've seen a couple good football games. This was a good football game tonight.
Under a minute to play. Give Herndon right side. He'll be brought down at the 10-yard line, and another tackle by Bennett, who's up near the double-digit
Page is going to use their last timeout right now.
Page will use a timeout with 42.6 seconds. It's 3rd and 7 for Greenbrier. Don't forget, next week we head out and see Wilson Central as they will welcome in the Riverdale Warriors and Gary Rankin's team. Dave Thomas, Gaston Miller, Oliver, the rest of the crew there for Riverdale. That will be a packed house as well at Wilson Central, and that should be an awful lot of fun. And then we wrap things up later on in the year. Brentwood Academy and MBA on the 29th of October. Should be a lot of fun the next couple of weeks as starting to teams position for the playoffs. We're fired up for the playoffs. Go out. We would urge everybody to go out and support your local high school. There are some great high schools, whether you're out here in Greenbrier, whether you're out in Murfreesboro, like Riverdale.
CSS.
Seeking a state title. Yes, they are. Whether you're down in Metro and supporting Hillwood, Jerry Link's team off to a great start, undefeated. Stratford undefeated as well. White House rolling through things. A lot of great football being played across the mid-state. We would urge you to go out and support your high school.
I want to thank the people up here at Greenbrier. They've been awesome.
Aldridge under center. Give Herndon left side. We'll try and bounce it outside, and it'll be brought down. He knows to just say, hey, I'm going to keep going, hold on to the ball, and he held on to it with both arms.
They may have to snap the ball, and they may have to snap the ball in about 6 seconds. Nope,
and that'll do it.
They won't have to do it.
They won't have to do it. The ball is spotted, and that will be the final play of the football game. 17-13, your final score. Greenbrier will get the W. Great football game tonight, Pat. We'll take a break, come back, and talk to a happy Coach Williams as the Bobcats get the W. 17-13 on the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week. And welcome back to Greenbrier High School. A happy bunch of Bobcats. You can read more about it in the Tennessean tomorrow. But Joe Williams is down with a happy head coach. He's getting the first comments right here on CSS.
All right, Coach. You said this was going to be a heck of a game, and you sure knew what you were talking about.
Well, over the years, if we lost every ball game, or if Page has lost every ball game going into this game, we've had great ball games over the years, and that's usually the way it is.
Two quick questions. First off, I thought you said you guys couldn't or wouldn't pass.
Well, we try not to. We'd rather keep it on the ground if we could.
Yeah, but that last one was pretty impressive. And secondly, that wild formation that we saw that they scored their touchdown on. What'd you, as a coach standing on the sidelines, when you looked out and saw that, what'd you think?
Well, they did a good job. They got in a situation where they needed a big play, and they came out on the offensive set, and we weren't ready for it, and as a result, they had to score off of it.
State semifinalists, I believe, last year. Looks like you're in the driver's seat in the region right now.
Well, we got Marshall County next week, and they're a tough opponent, and we're looking forward just to continue playing these region games to see what happens.
Congratulations. Good luck next week. I know you want to spend some time with you guys. Kirk Williams, the head coach of the Greenbrier Bobcats, who have won tonight 17-13 in one heck of a high school football game.
Thank you, Joe Williams, for your work. 17-13 the final. Next week, be sure and tune in to the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week as we travel out to Wilson Central, a young football program, and they can get on the map big time by pulling the upset next week against Riverdale. There you see Herndon's touchdown run early in this football game, and it was the Herndon show and the Bobcat defense that got it done. Greenbrier 17, Page 13. For Pat Sperduto, Joe Williams, and our entire crew, so long from Greenbrier on the Chevrolet High School Football Game of the Week.